Okay, good morning. It's time for a video, and I'm going to latch onto a thread that I saw from Roberts on my turntable. Yeah, that's my computer making a noise. And he's celebrating his 4th anniversary for his channel, and he's put together a contest, and I thought I'd join in because it was simple enough for an old guy like me. It was choose 4 bands, choose the 4th album from all the 4 bands, and try and make the video less than 8 minutes. That's the problem for me. So I'm going to quickly go on to the first one, and I've got vinyl with me today. Yes, vinyl. Here it is. Let's get that there. Can we see that? Darkness on the Edge of Town, 1978. Yeah, this is Roos's 4th. Of course, it was the first one really that had the E Street Band as we saw them for the next, well, up until now, I guess. No, not up until now, because 2 of them have died. But for many, many years, this was the E Street Band. It's Max Weinberg on drums, Gary Tallent on bass, Roy Bittan on piano, and Danny Federici was on this album. He sadly passed on, as has Clarence Clemens on the sax. But Stevie Van Zant's still around, and of course the boss. And they were all the only really contributors to this album, and absolutely first class. And I really love it. It was my first love in the Springsteen catalogue. So there we have it. Is that 2 minutes? I'm not too sure. Okay, let's move on to the second choice then. Remaining Light. This is the 4th Talking Heads album, released in 1980. Here it is. You could probably see it on the vinyl. Okay, and it was the last album produced by Brian Eno, collaborator with David Byrne, and drew influences from Nigerian musician Fela Kuti. And the album certainly experimented with African rhythms and funk and electronics. That's why I love it, because it jettisoned me down that African music road, so to speak. The album was later recorded by Benin diva Angelica Kidjo, and that is an absolutely superb cover of this album. But this album still remains probably their best album of their early period, and I think it's absolutely brilliant, and it's my second choice on Robert's contest. So there we have it. Show it again. Let's get it right. Okay. Right, here's my third choice, and you can see it quite vividly. It's Jimi Hendrix, 1970, Band of Gypsies, and it's the first album after the breakup of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It was his 4th album, and it's an absolute gem of a live album, recorded on January the 1st, 1970 at the Fillmore East in New York City. And he was joined, of course, by Billy Cox on bass, an army friend, and Buddy Miles on drums. And the song Machine Gun just rips through you. It's probably one of the greatest pieces of rock guitar playing that I've ever heard. His guitar sounded like a machine gun, and of course it was symptomatic of how he felt about the war in Vietnam and about the racial tension in the United States. It's my third choice in Robert's contest, and it's difficult to get hold of this. This is my original copy. Band of Gypsies, Jimi Hendrix. Get to it. Okay, my final choice then on Robert's contest. This is Steely Dan. This is Katie Lyde. Let's have a good look at it. Yeah, and yeah, all my choices on vinyl. Yes, I have got a couple of hundred vinyls here in Thailand. This was released in 1975, and it was really the first album after they stopped touring as a band. Lots of session musicians joined on this record, and that became the pattern. Difficult to say which albums are the best when it comes to Steely Dan. I think they all have a particular quality, and I love them right through that 70s period. And I also love their latter stuff, although it does take a little bit more to get into. On this album, of course, two of their mainstays in the studio was Chuck Rainey on bass and Jeff Porcaro on drums. Oh, and the third one I nearly forgot, Larry Carlton, the jazz guitar player. It's an absolute dream. Dr. Wu is a great track, and you could see that it's got a picture of a Katie Lyde on the cover, and it's also included in the lyric for Dr. Wu. If you were wondering why it was called this, it's an absolute gem. Chain Lightning, what guitar playing that is, from Rick Derringer. Yeah, that name conjures up probably a few memories for you old guys. So that's my fourth and final offering in Robert's contest. Good luck, Robert, in the future. You've done tremendously well. I must admit, I'm a little envious of your sub count and your viewers, but I'm parked out here in Asia, and I guess some of my videos are a little bit more different, so to speak. So anyway, that's my contest. Thanks a lot.